There was finally a statement on China from the government in Parliament. But this has not gone down too well with the opposition, because the opposition feels that the manner in which the flare-up has happened along the LAC, it deserved much more than just a written statement read by the Defence Minister. It needed a debate in Parliament. So are we, or is the government shying away from a debate? Why China is not being debated in Parliament? Let's first listen in to the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, what he said in Parliament.
1990 से 2003 तक दोनों देशों द्वारा LAC पर एक कॉमन अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनाने की कोशिश की गई, लेकिन इसके बाद चाइना ने इस कार्रवाई को आगे बढ़ाने पर सहमति नहीं जताई है। इसके कारण कई जगहों पर चाइना तथा भारत के बीच LAC परसेप्शंस में ओवरलैप है। मई महीने के प्रारंभ में चाइना ने गलवान घाटी क्षेत्र में हमारी ट्रूप्स के नॉर्मल ट्रेडिशनल पेट्रोलिंग पैटर्न में व्यवधान शुरू किया, जिसके कारण फेस ऑफ की स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई। ग्राउंड कमांडर्स द्वारा इस समस्या को सुलझाने के लिए विभिन्न समझौतों तथा प्रोटोकॉल के तहत वार्ता की जा रही थी। अध्यक्ष महोदय, हमने चाइना को डिप्लोमेटिक तथा मिलिट्री चैनल्स के माध्यम से यह अवगत करा दिया कि इस प्रकार की गतिविधियां स्टेटस को यूनिलेटरली बदलने का प्रयास है, और यह भी साफ कर दिया गया कि ये प्रयास हमें किसी भी सूरत में मंजूर नहीं है।
All right, let's kickstart a short duration discussion, as they say in Parliament, but this is not Parliament, but still we can keep it short. I have 4 guests with me as of this moment. Lieutenant General Syed Atta Hasnain, he's with us. Lieutenant General D.S. Hooda, Brigadier Anil Gupta, leader of the BJP of Jammu and Kashmir, and also Supriya Shrinate, national spokesperson of the Congress Party. Thank you so much to the 4 of you. I want to start with you, Lieutenant General Hooda. You know, the flare-up along the border, there is absolutely no dispute in anyone's mind about 2 things. Number 1, that this is the worst in over 4 decades. And number 2, that China is the aggressor. So what in your wisdom could have prevented the government from going for a debate and not a statement, a path that it chose?
So Sanket, you know, these are sort of political issues, and I really don't want to get into, you know, this debate. I think the point is that, you know, the crisis is still ongoing, and to make any kind of statements, to have any kind of debate, I'm not sure would be sort of completely appropriate. Coming to, you know, the Defence Minister's statement, I think the statement was aimed as much as, you know, towards the parliamentarians and the domestic audience, as also towards China, because I think he very clearly, you know, outlined the Indian position. He's clearly brought out that, you know, this whole crisis is because of China, and I think also clearly stated what India's stance is going to be, you know, on issues like territorial integrity, not accepting, you know, the massive buildup that the Chinese have carried out. As also, I think he made a very, you know, sort of pertinent point that the military is prepared for a long haul. He brought out that, you know,
yes,
all preparations are being made. So I think at a time like this, you know, when diplomatic talks are on, it's I think appropriate that, you know, you don't have too much clamor on political issues.
I think that's a very interesting point that has been made by Lieutenant General Hooda. Would you concur, Lieutenant General Hasnain? Would you think that instead of debating this as of this moment, it has to be handled delicately?
Sanket, absolutely, I endorse every word which General Hooda has said. You see, the 25-minute speech today by the Raksha Mantri laid bare the facts. He did not go into any analysis. He just laid bare the facts, the historicity of the whole dispute, the milestones, in fact, very the appropriate milestones, 1988, 1999, 93, 96, etc. Everything was laid out. I think this is an ongoing, a panning issue yet. A lot of people are comparing it to the situation in 1999. A lot of people are comparing it to 1962 and the debates which took place in Parliament at that time. It was a very different world. The world of information had not really emerged any time even till 1999. So in 1999, it was a clear-cut situation. Once the directions had been given to reclaim, to recapture the territory which had been lost, there was no harm in debating things, giving out every evening, giving out communiques onto the media. This time, this situation is very different. It is an ongoing situation in which a level of secrecy is required. If necessary, I always feel, but there was an all-party meeting after Galwan, which was held. If any serious incident takes place, obviously an all-party meeting will take place. So I suppose this level of transparency at this stage, it can change in a couple of days, it can change, I think is appropriate and it need not be taken beyond this.
Okay. Now, before I come to you, Brigadier Gupta, I want to get in the opinion of the Congress party spokesperson, Supriya Shrinate. Supriya, you've heard two eminent panelists who seem to suggest that the situation is delicate, right? And it has to be handled delicately. Now, as far as the point on secrecy is concerned, the Defence Minister in his own statement said that operative details will not be and should not be shared in the public domain. So if you were to keep that aside, what stops the government from having a debate? I mean, the debate, I would assume, has happened in previous instances also where there have been flare-ups along the border, as Lieutenant General Hasnain said. He seems to bring up an interesting point of this being the misinformation age and things can go wrong very fast. Would you agree with what he has said?
You know, I've listened to the two experts. I will make our position very clear.
Yeah.
This is a very sensitive situation. It's a very sensitive time in the lifetime of a nation. You've got China, the aggressor, sitting in our territory. In the parliament, the Defence Minister makes a statement, and this is perhaps one of the most important statements that India's Defence Minister was going to make in this parliamentary session. To our surprise, the Prime Minister chose not to attend it. I mean, for me, that is a huge signal that the Prime Minister is sending. And why did he not choose to attend it? Because the Defence Minister did admit that there have been breaches along the LAC. And the Prime Minister had on record told the entire country on the 19th of June that there has been no intrusion whatsoever. So the Prime Minister was remarkably and conspicuously absent from this entire discussion. That's point one. Point two, we are India's opposition. We are elected by the people of this country. When you say that we stand by the army, we stand 200% by the army. We salute their valor, we salute their courage. And we would have added our 2 bits and given us message of solidarity. You intentionally decided that the opposition is not going to have a word, and which is why we are questioning the government. That once the,
what would you have asked?
Minister,
had there been a debate, what would the Congress have said?
We would have asked them very relevant questions. The first question would have been that when there has been intrusion, why has the Prime Minister decided to say there hasn't been any? The second question would have been there is multiple intrusion that has happened in Depsang, Galwan Valley, Hot Springs, the Pangsaw Lake area. What is happening? What is our strategy to push the Chinese out? Because the Defence Minister and the Foreign Minister on separate occasions have agreed to the fact that yes, the Chinese are in and they're refusing to vacate our territory. Aren't those questions that the Parliament
but then Supriya, surely you would not have strategies being discussed in very openly, no? On Lok Sabha.
But this is a democracy, Sanket, and shouldn't the government of the day at least admit to the fact that yes, there are intrusions? You are telling me that the government of the day and its officials can brief media persons off the record, but India's opposition needs to be kept in the dark. The temple of democracy is somewhere where you will maintain opacity. What are we talking about?
Let me get in a response from the BJP's Brigadier Anil Gupta. Brigadier Gupta, would you like to respond?
Yes, Sanket, firstly, thanks for having me on the debate.
Sure, sir.
Secondly, I would like to say that repeatedly Congress is dragging the Prime Minister and quoting his 19th June statement. There was a clarification on 20th June itself by the government saying that what the Prime Minister said was specifically related to the Galwan incident and was not a generic statement. And I think thereafter to keep saying that he said that no incursion has taken place. That was, he was talking the present tense and saying at present, after our valiant soldiers have fought and thrown them out, there is no intrusion or there is no sending Chinese on our territory in that area. So I don't know why they keep repeating this thing. Secondly, now see the questions being asked, like you rightly said, strategy. Can the strategy be discussed in open? If the media has been briefed, there was a I would say, statement by the MOD which came on the website. The defense minister has given a statement today in the parliament. If you go through the defense minister's statement as rightly brought out by General Hasnain, it was a factual statement. He did not resort to rhetorics. He did not try to criticize or bring in 1962 or so and so. He did not mention anything. He just gave bare facts of this incident and also what is our stand. And I think what more than this the opposition wants, I don't understand. I think this was the time everybody should stand together and give a message to the Chinese that if you don't vacate, 130 crore Indians are ready to throw you out. This is what the message everybody we have to give.
No, Brigadier Gupta, one moment. If you allow me, you know, I remember covering instances in 2013 also, previous instances where the BJP, when they were in opposition, held press conference after press conference asking the then UPA government that what are you doing? Why is your China strategy so weak? Why don't you spell out what your China strategy is? There are incursions taking place. What are you doing? So that time the UPA took a similar position, what the Modi government is taking now.
So you're very clear. You have said the same thing. You see, the end state has not reached us yet. You agree it's ongoing process. The end state has not reached that yet. The negotiations are going on. They're delicate negotiations. Any wrong move, any wrong statement, any provocative statement can upset the things. So therefore, it's well understood that whatever needs to be told, as rightly brought out, there's a proper strategic communication strategy of the government.
Okay.
And as per that, whatever they want to reveal, they are revealing.
Okay. Very quickly, Supriya's reply, right to reply, and then and then Lieutenant General Hooda.
Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned 2013 because 2013 is when Mr. Amit Shah used to say that the Chinese come and do picnic in India and go away. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I have two very brief points to make. It is not just the opposition, your own MPs. In this instance, Mr. Swamy has asked questions. Is the government going to insist on status quo ante, or are we going to accept status quo?
As the foreign minister seems to have accepted in his joint statement. And the other point I want to make is, you could have done well a webinar and given a monologue. When you are in parliament, you are supposed to field questions and answer some of those. You don't come to parliament to deliver monologues. And Mr. Rajnath Singh chose to do that in the absence of his prime minister, who chose not to attend this session.
Okay. Okay. Before you reply, Brigadier Gupta, okay, very briefly, otherwise this will keep going on. I have to go to Lieutenant General Hooda and Lieutenant General Hasnain.
It's a parliamentary practice that when a statement is made, no questions are asked.
Okay.
The parliamentary practice is followed.
I'm sorry, sir,
so there's the agenda. They do it beforehand.
Okay.
That is not the practice.
Okay. Lieutenant General Hooda, now let's, and Lieutenant General Hasnain. I just want to ask you very briefly, what do you make of the Defence Minister's statement? Do you get a sense that we are in this for the long haul, that this is going to continue for a long time? We have seen statements from Global Times where they say that, we are very well prepared to take this into winter. Do you think we have to be prepared for a long haul?
Saket, it's obvious, I think, from the Defence Minister's statement that we are prepared and we are probably in for a long haul. He talked about, building shelters, and he talked about building habitats for soldiers, equipping them for the winters. So I think it's clear that, the way the negotiations have gone on, the sort of attitude that the Chinese have displayed, the fact that the disengagement process is currently at a deadlock. We hope it will restart, but having seen what's happening in the past 2.5 months, a new flashpoint is emerging in the south bank of Pengong Tso. I think these are issues that are not going to get sorted out in an early time frame. We have to be prepared for the long haul.
Okay.
There is also a lot of talk that, winters will force sites to pull back. I don't think that is going to happen. I think troops are going to remain. They're going to be prepared for it on both sides.
Okay.
Let us not also underestimate the Chinese and say, the Chinese will feel cold and they will go back. I don't think they will.
Yes. Lieutenant General Hasnain, very quickly, your last word.
Very, very briefly, firstly, before this question itself, let me also just point out that the parliament in session is under complete focus and observation of the complete Chinese media and its complete information warfare system. Anything emanating from parliament will make a difference will send home a message. So this aspect in today's world needs to be considered very carefully. It's coming to your main question. I do feel that the situation to which the Chinese had thought about at the beginning of April, May, did not go in their favor completely. And what the force level they came with was meant for coercion, not necessarily for capture of large tracts of territory. Things have gone wrong for them, particularly after the 29th, 30th of August, things have turned around completely. Now there is almost a stalemate kind of a situation with something being held by them, something being held by us. Too many events are coming ahead of us. We've got the 5th plenary of the Politburo of the Chinese Communist Party coming up next month. We've got the SCO summit coming up in which possibly Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping may be present. We've got the American election coming. This is connected to everything which is happening geopolitically. And I don't think therefore a decision can be taken before the winter. I don't think a major standoff can really take place before the winter. It will all pan out into April, May next year.
Very interesting.
That is what the Chinese will wait for, which is why we are talking about the long haul.
Very interesting. Lieutenant General Hasnain, Lieutenant General Hooda, Brigadier Anil Gupta, as well as Supriya Shene. Thank you so much for joining us on this discussion.